Thank you very much. We're going to need you to lean in a bit more.
Okay.
And speak as loudly as you can.
Okay.
And please tell me your full name and then spell your last name for the record.
My full name is Isabel Chequer. My last name is spelled Chequer.
Good afternoon, Ms. Chequer. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. So, do you go to school?
Yes, I go to UCF in Orlando.
Okay, and what year are you in?
I am a senior, so I graduate soon.
Okay. And did you go to high school somewhere?
Yes, I went to Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
Okay, and how many years did you go before you graduated?
I went all 4 years.
Okay, so I'd like to call your attention to Wednesday, February the 14th, 2018. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember where you were during fourth period?
Yes, I was in room 1214, Miss Seamus's History of the Holocaust class.
Okay, let me show you. Can you see that, Ms. Chequer? Okay.
Yes, now I can.
Okay. And do you know how to work the?
Do I just use my fingers?
Yeah, we just hit a color.
Just wait till the colors
Well, it comes up.
on the screen.
Okay.
Now they're up.
Okay. Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Should I circle my class?
Yeah, please. Okay, so that's 1214, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's your fourth period,
Yes.
and it's Ms. Seamus's class. You said Holocaust history.
Yes.
Okay. So during fourth period, Ms. Chequer, please tell us what happened.
Okay, so that day we had been doing group presentations. So at the very beginning of class, we were finishing those presentations up. And then afterwards, we moved into a computer program called Eyewitness, where we would do, it's like a program where we read about the Holocaust and like history about it. And that day specifically, we were talking about the Olympics that took place. And so we were in the middle of doing work on the computer while also doing like listening to a lecture with Ms. Seamus. It was kind of open-ended discussion. And all of a sudden we heard, I think I heard like about 3 or 4 shots. And I immediately recognized what it was. And the whole classroom kind of just went into like flight mode. We went into different corners of the classroom. So I went, I believe, with a couple of other students to the corner that's directly across from the door. But I soon realized that it was in direct view of the window in the door. So I then moved to the corner that's diagonal from the door, which is where about, I think, half the class was, whereas the other half of the class went to the area, the corner next to the door, which was behind the desk. It was like not in view of the door. And so from there, at some point when I got to the corner diagonal from the door, that's when I got behind the filing cabinet that a couple of students had moved. And I think sometime during my movement is when I was grazed twice. I'm not exactly sure when. And then from there, we just kind of hid behind the filing cabinet and waited. And I was around a couple of other students, 2 of which I noticed, one of which I noticed was injured almost immediately, and another—
Who was that?
That was Samantha Fuentes. Her face was bleeding, and we were all kind of freaking out a little bit. And then afterwards, another student next to me, that was like, because we were kind of squished in the area, was complaining about a pain in her back, and that was Daniela Menescal, and she ended up also being injured that day.
Who was that?
Daniela Menescal.
Okay.
I don't know how long the time passed, but during it, we were just kind of, I tried calling 911 at one point, but my call never went through. And then while we were waiting for what seemed like a really long time, but again, I don't really know how long it was. I think it was a lot shorter. That was when I looked over, like to the right of me, which was more where the corner was, since I was a little bit further from the corner.
Just don't worry about that. We'll be
Okay. I saw Helena, like, I noticed that she had passed away. And then shortly after that, I began to freak out a little bit, but we were all just trying to calm each other down, as other students were realizing too. And then eventually, the police came, and they asked us to put our hands up, and they took the wounded first, but I went to find my friend who was on the corner of the class where the desk was, Miss Seamus's desk. She was on that side of the class.
Right.
And when I got up, that's also when I noticed the other student who had passed away in our class, Nikolas.
And when you were saying Helena, you're talking about Helena Ramsey?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you see Samantha Grady? Was she in your class too?
Yeah, but I didn't see her. I don't remember seeing her.
Okay. How about Nicholas Garrett?
Yes, I saw him when the police asked us to get up and put our hands up. I turned back, and that's when I saw him.
Okay. And you were wounded?
Yes, I was.
And where were you wounded?
I was grazed on my right foot and on my left arm.
I'm sorry?
My right foot and my left arm.
Thank you.
Okay. Your Honor, I want to show defense counsel.